Yeah, what it is. So before we start, I just want to start off by first saying that there's absolutely no gore, violence, substances, hate speech, or anything else of the nature during the commission of this video. And if you don't know, this is your man's reporting to you live from the back of the classroom, Petty Murphy, aka MAGA Boy, doing what I do best, and that is the world's most illustrious propaganda pimping. If anything you see during the course of this video resonates, by all means, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Yeah, what's cracking? Yo, I swear, every time I come out here, I'm amazed. Sheer size of this damn building, yo. Like, how long did it actually take to make this joint? And what's crazy is when you look at it from a distance on each corner, there's like a 13-step pyramid. Like, this joint literally take up the whole block. They got the old copper lights and shit. You can't see that shit from over here. Bomb. So yeah, they got the OG copper lights on the joint from back in the day. It even looks like the little joints on it got the little mercury balls at the bottom, like they was pulling the electricity out of the ether. But yeah, yo, every time I come over here, or I go over to the church up in over by Columbia University, which I did a video about that before. I think I'm gonna go up there this week and go inside and take some footage, since I got extra time on my hands and shit. So yeah, man, y'all be safe out there. Remember, realize. Transparency forces accountability. And no, I've been editing, and next week I'm gonna be getting extremely active. So stay tuned for the rodeo, because we about to go on the road with this one. Reckless shit right here, yo. How you gonna take your kid out at a light in the middle of fucking traffic? Yo, like, this whole generation, the whole generation is completely cooked. So yeah, I'm gonna just start going through the city and checking out all these old. When you look at a lot of the old world architecture that's still around in some of these buildings in the city, why we don't produce shit like this anymore, I don't know. And it's completely beyond me. And it's completely beyond me. However, when you really look and pay attention, there's some really just incredible shit. Like, the level of detail is just crazy. Like, we're not building stuff like that no more. Everything now is just glass and fucking stucco and bullshit. Shit that be in the library be exquisite. I love coming in this joint. Yo, they had copper water fountains back in the day, because you know copper good for the water. I guarantee you that's probably the Lion of Judah, because they've been lying about who. This Bible was here. There be mad free shit to do all through the city at all times. Most people just never take advantage of it. But there's a certain section I want to show you. Which is still here. It was here last time I was here. And that, my friend, is a moor, which is next to that. The fantastic turban. They tell you enslaved Africans, but if you know anything about that turban, you know that that is a moor, because this is El Morocco. That looks like a Sumerian tablet. Yep, Mesopotamians. So these would be the Sumerian tablets of the Anunnaki. Yo, why that shit look like a wheat then though? You know what's crazy? You know what they got rid of, right? Remember last time we was here, they had that whole black exhibit with all the Indians. It's gone. That's what I'm saying. It's gone. Because it was right over here. Because it went from over there to over here. But all that stuff was over there because they had like Dizzy Gillespie. And they had some other joint. That's dope. Is that the bird of Tartaria? Huh?
This is an emblem wanted to create on the walls of castles or palaces. The princes, and this is something to individually, he wanted something large enough to cover a wall, so he did individual prints and put it together.
all the black Indian chiefs and shit over there.
Babylonian Star.
So what?
Yeah, he's a longitude.
Babylonian Stargazer.
Yeah, because these cats had already mapped the whole stars in the universe and shit. That's what I'm saying. If you actually look at the, if you look at the spots that you look at, right? It's literally the Big Dipper at different times of the year, and that's what creates that.
Wow, the motion of the moon, the planet, and it's all constellations. Study with lesser, yeah. Also the eyesight.
Yo, that gold leaf is crazy. You see what I'm saying? We're not even doing shit like this nowadays. Like, I don't know. 1661. And these cats have already mapped all the constellations.
Basically, it's like beloved cat.
Did right? Not only that, I'm gonna show you how intricate the building itself is. Yep. At the first glance, I thought that was Buddha.
He was sitting on the other
What the fuck my son doing in here? How they was taking pictures in 4K? Yo, look how clear that picture is. The streets is mad empty back there. Like they just found this shit.
So at least I remember the sky is always.
Yep. They always white out the sky so you can't see the airstrips and shit. Yeah, that's kind of crazy though. Look at all that old stone down there, bro. That's some old ass stone. Those look like old steps.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh shit, they got an actual staircase in this motherfucker. Get that. Yo. Damn, you can't see it. That's crazy. Actually dope. I wonder if that should open up. Yo, you know what? I wonder if they'll let you like go through like the old microfilm of like old articles from like way back in the day and shit.
Maybe he knows. Or somebody that works in the place.
Let me look that shit up online. Oh, yo, I ain't seen one of these in years. Does it work?
No, it's funny. They have one at my job in one of the buildings
A phone booth?
with a phone book.
Get the fuck. Yo, this motherfucker has a door on it. Get the fuck out of here. Oh shit. Yo, remember when they used to have the TVs at the airport and you put the quarter? Never mind. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? My parents is in the military. Yeah, it was in the airport. You would sit and they had little TVs and shit on them. Yo, that's crazy. I'm amazed by seeing a phone booth. I just ain't seen a phone booth in like eons. Word. That's crazy. But yeah, all kind of free shit to do in the city on your free time. Once again, you know, federal buildings, they got the thing about lions. Lions and eagles. Lions and eagles. Makes you think sometimes, right? Remember the story, like I was talking about the picture of the Moroccan in the library. If you do your own research, George Washington wrote a letter to the Sultan of El Morocco asking to make changes in the United States government. Why? Because the United States was on El Moroccan soil, which is where we're at right now. So that really should tell you something for people that actually want to take the time to do their own due diligence of who's actually home and who actually ain't, who actually belong here and who actually don't. And I'm not saying this to be rude or to ask or anything, but these are facts, and facts are facts. And you can go through the Library of Congress.gov. You can look up the writings of Benjamin Franklin, who he himself said, America's holy soul was Swarthy. And if you look up word etymology, the word Swarthy means one thing, Schwartz, black, right? So, yeah, just start really paying attention, and then maybe you understand why when certain people talk about the 14th Amendment and how it's being abused, that it really applies to you. And that other groups been coming over here and taking advantage of that. So when Mama Kamala did the anti-Asian hate bill, where do you think that money came from? The money that was set aside for the 40 acres and a mule. Now remember, they say reparations is handouts, but it wasn't, because in the Emancipation Proclamation was stated that every black head of household would get 40 acres and a mule. It was never delivered. But y'all got money for all these hotels, all up and down this, all through here. All these hotels, all the 40, all full of foreign national illegal immigrants who walked through the Darien Gap and then came through the border talking about they want asylum. And our tax dollars is paying for that shit. And then we have our own institutions, our so-called liberal institutions, like 1199 SEIU or NYU, that we work for. They get grants off our tax dollars, but they don't even follow state or federal laws. I'm going through it right now myself. And they tried to make an example out of me by firing me for standing on truth. But guess what? That don't stop the show, baby, because we're going to keep it rocking and rolling. We're just going to keep pushing until they end. Because, like I said before, I ain't got nothing to lose. So everything that I've been documenting is now going to become public information for the world to see. So y'all be safe out there, because I'm going to continue enjoying the rest of my day. I think I'm going to go have some, matter of fact, before I do that though, it's another one of these ancient structures that people act like they built that they didn't. So y'all know I'm always talking about how much I'm into like esoteric and occult symbolism, and how they communicate with one another through signs and symbols and not the written word like we do, or like we think they do. This is why we don't really understand the laws and things of that nature, right? So that right there is, if you're in the comics, that's who the Flash is based on, which is Mercury, the god of Mars, right? God of war. So if you look at all the like astrological signs, symbols, all of them are named after mythological gods, and all that's done for a reason. Because in every culture damn near you look at, all of the gods, a lot of them are depicted with like either red or green or blue skin tones. A lot of them are thought to be like men of renown or hold superpowers, because they were the Nephilim. They were the children of women and the fallen angels. Those same women that were cast into the ocean to become sirens. But yeah, you see shit like this all over the city. Pretty much in every major city or in every capital of every city in America, especially those that have had world fairs. You see this type of architecture in all of them. You just gotta look with a discerning eye. But everything is hiding in plain sight. So yeah, Dirty Taco in Grand Central. It's the Lost Taco. That's the Los Tacos #1. Gotta be the best tacos in the city, hands down. Alright, this is gonna be my last joint, and I'm going to see Sinners. But imagine being in the middle of an old Tartarian building, and the bar is called they be playing in our faces, but don't nobody want to pay attention or believe it. But believe it. When they tell you and show you what it is, believe it. There's a reason why in the basement of this old Tartarian building, the fucking bar in the center of the building called Tartanery.